Hello everyone. Now in today's lecture we are going to see the concept of construction management. Now we know that the construction management is basically deal with the planning of your project. Okay, then how will you coordinate the project? How will you monitor your project? How will you control your project for a quality of your project? Okay, so it is deals with the overall planning of planning, then coordination, then control of your project from the starting phase to the its completion phase. Starting phase means your inception phase, when the idea of your project is striking in your mind. From that phase to the completion of project means handover. Up to that, the overall management in terms of planning, then coordination, then control of your project is nothing but your construction management. Okay. Now it aims at meeting the client's requirement in order to produce functionally and financially viable project. Okay, it is very important that every project is functionally and financially viable. Okay, functionally and financially viable means what? Suppose you have some budget in your hand, 10 lakh rupees budget in your hand, and your project you have decided to do one project, then your project should be within your budget, right? And that should be viable. That should not be such a like that it cannot be possible. Okay, that project should be possible within that budgetary limit. So that is called as viable. Next, uh, one can complete the your project within the time and within the cost. Project should be completed within the time and within the budget or cost and satisfy the requirement of quality standards. Okay, not only you have to complete your project within your budget and within your time, as well as you have to focus on your quality of project. That project should be completed as per the quality of standards. Then construction project management is the process by which project is brought to a successful completion. Okay. Now construction of a project involves agreement mainly between three parties. First one is your owner, second one is your designer or consultant, and third one is your contractor. It is the agreement between three parties. At first, the project owner creates an idea and forward to the architect or engineer. Okay. Very first, what happen? Who is the owner? The idea comes and strikes in his mind. Okay. Then he thoughts or he decide to create a project. Okay. And what he convey his idea, his thoughts to the architect or engineer, and according to that, the architect designs the project. Okay, means he idea idea of owner he brought on your paper in terms of drawings. That is called as a design. Who turns the design the idea. Now the design is completed. Okay, it goes back to the project owner. Okay, once the design is completed by architect or engineer, then it again go back to the owner. Okay, owner reviewed that design. Okay, if there any corrections or if he need any changes, then he will told to the architect or engineer, then he will do some changes in that and again give to the project owner, and then that the design is final. Okay, and after finaling that design, owner forward the design to the contractor or a builder. Okay, design is finalized. Okay, your plan is ready. Then that plan or design is forward to the contractor or builder, who turns the reviews it and appraises forecasted expenditures. The contractors review this drawing and appraises forecasted expenditure. How much expenditure is required for that construction of that project? Okay, that will appraises the contractor. Okay, if the deal is agreed between owner and contractor, agreement will exist. Okay, if he says that he will work uh, on 1500 rupees per square feet. Okay, and owner is owner has accepted his offer. Okay, because that 1500 square feet is in his budgetary limit. Okay, then if the deal is agreed, then owner and contractor will exist. Otherwise, you will go for another contractor. Okay. Next, project is carried out in various stages in well-defined logical sequence to achieve desirable goal. Now, desirable goals. Now, what are these various stages come in your project that we will see? First one is your conception or initial stage. Okay, that I have explained in brief. What do you mean by conception or initial stage? Wherein the owner specifies his requirement and shares with the designer, mainly architect, right? Whatever he specifies his requirement, what is thought that the requirement and shares to the designer or architect. The owner's idea about the project are correctly interpreted. Whatever the ideas owner told to the architect or engineer, that architect or engineer should interpret it correctly and designer to shape the ideas into drawings, that he has to design the his shape designs and to shape his ideas into the drawings. Okay, that he have to plot on your paper. So this is the conceptual stage or initial stage. Next one is your analysis and development of ideas. Okay, now whatever ideas put forth in the initial stage are further analyzed by designer appointed by the owner to find out the cost of project. Okay, design is finalized. Okay, after finalizing the design, what you have to do, the designer has to appoint, uh, the owner has to appoint a designer. Okay, that will find out the cost of project. Okay, after finding out the cost of project, feasibility study are carried out. Feasibility study means it is techno-economically viable project or not. What do you mean by techno-economical viable project? Technologically it is exist or not. Okay, and economically it is exist or not. Means suppose you have to do one project, technically it is possible or not, that you have to study first. Second, if technically it is possible, then your economical means in your budgetary limit it is possible or not, that you have to study. Okay, so the project should be techno economical viable, that he has to study. Next, here designer and architect and RCC designer, okay, are doing this job, while consultant role is played by PMC. The consultancy work to a project that will be given by PMC. What do you mean by PMC? PMC is nothing but your project management consultancy that will consult your project from starting phase to the end of the phase. Okay, so this is the analysis and development of ideas. Third step is your design and planning stage. Okay, architect and design consultant are involved in this stage, planning and design stage. Field investigation and survey are carried out. First, out of base on which detailed design and drawing of project are prepared. After field investigation and survey carried out, detailed design and drawing of project are prepared. Then approval and clearance from authorities, authoritative bodies such as the Ministry of Environment, then Forest Department, then Defense Department and Township Department. Okay, from all the department you have to approve and clear your drawings. That is very important. Then after approving the drawing, final detail estimate is prepared. Then after preparing the final detail estimate, you have to do land acquisition after that. Okay, now in every project there is no need of land acquisition. Okay, if you are doing a private job, you are doing a private bungalow, then the land is of course of owner, so you no need to do land acquisition. But in terms of government projects like a road or highways, okay, you have to acquire land for that road. Okay, so that you have to done after the final detail estimation and after the all approvals from all bodies or all department. Okay, design and drawings are finalized and placed in consultation with the owner to avoid further changes. Okay, whatever the designs and drawings, that you have to finalize with the owner and freeze that design and drawings. Okay, so that afterwards there will not be any changes in that drawing, and that will avoid the conflict in future. Okay, so this is the design and planning stage. Next one is your tendering and award of contract. Okay, necessary tender document is taken is then prepared by the owner and consultation with the consultant that describe the whole project. You have to prepare the tender documents with consultant, okay, and it consists for a work specification, then terms and condition of project execution, how you have to complete the project, what are the specifications for the project, general specification, method of construction, all that is mentioned in the contract document, okay. Then bidding is done. Now what is by bidding? Bidding is the process of submitting a proposal tender to undertake a construction project. That process is called as a bidding, okay. The bidding is done. After bidding, the tender is awarded to the most competent contractor who fulfills the qualifying criteria, okay. There are many contractors who are filling the tender, okay. Out of that, you have to offer the tender to the most competent contractor, okay. Then contract you have to do, okay. Contract agreement you have to do, means it is the agreement between owner and contractor. That contract you have to do, and that contract should be signed, okay. After signing of contract, it is the legal document, and any no adherence to the terms and conditions will lead to conflict, okay, because everything is mentioned in that contract document, okay. And next stage is your construction stage, okay. After tender is award, the contract is signed, then the contractor mobilize the resources to the project site, okay. Once he get contract, then he will mobilize his resources on project site, okay. It is the phase of project that cause maximum coordination between all parties involved in a project, okay. Various stakeholders are involved in project, and you need all cooperation and coordination from all the parties to execute that project, okay, in a construction site. It is the phase of project that calls for maximum coordination between all parties involved in a project. Then construction work is completed within the scope of the contract document, and that all the facilities are developed in invest in the design. Okay. The proper functioning of all facilities and training to the client teams are assured to pre-commissioning stage before handovering the project. Before handovering the project, you have to give the proper training to the client's staff or client's team. Okay. If there is a STP in your project, sewage treatment plan, how will you have to operate that STP? Okay. Once you are hand over the project to the owner, then you have to give the guidelines for owner's team to how to operate the STP, sewage treatment plant. Okay. This is one example. And then after you have to hand over the project. Okay. Hand over and commission. This is the last stage. After construction is completed, no objection certificate, that is NOC, what we call as a NOC, is obtained from the government, and the project is handed over to the owner for the commissioning. Okay, after giving the NOC, you have no any rights on your on that project. This stage is indication of project closure. So these are the different steps in construction management. Okay, this is the diagram that will explain the all these stages in a glance. Okay, so this is the construction project. First one is your conception stage, and that stage is where the owner is involved. Okay, the conception idea is comes in owner's mind. Okay, the conceptual stage, then there is analysis and development of concept idea. Okay, that will share the idea to the architect or engineer. Okay, then that idea is analyzed. Okay, where the designer and consultant is come in this stage. Okay, designer and consultant owner, designer and consultant and owner, there is uh, communication between two parties, and after that the drawing is your finalized or design is finalized. Okay, design stage and drawing stage. Okay, and designing, here architect and RCC consultant is involved. Okay, and who also plays the detail estimation, right. And after the finaling the design stage and designing drawings, okay, tender and award of contract is done, where the consultant is involved in this stage. Okay, consultant gives the all tender documents, and he wrote the all the contract terms and conditions, right? Okay, here consultant is coming this stage. After that, construction stage and defect liability period, where contractor involves. Okay, contractors involved in construction stage and defect liability period. Defect liability period means after completion of project. For some period, you have to uh, you have to rectify or keep a watch on your project, or if there any changes or any maintenance work you have to do on that stage, contractor is involved, and after that the defect liability period will hand over the project and commission. Okay, so in this stage again owner is come. Okay, so that is the project closure. So this is the glance. You just keep in mind this diagram so you can explain all the points. And the last point we have to study in today's lecture is objectives of construction management. Prime objective of construction management is to execute the project scope within the estimated budget and stipulated time. Okay, that we have already seen. The high quality workmanship, safety, then teamwork, then motivation, and sound decision making are some of the important elements of a construction management. So these are the objectives. Okay, safety, teamwork, motivation, sound decision making. Okay, so objectives are summarized as follows. First one, you are completing the work as per the contract document within the estimated budget and a time. You have to complete the project as per the contract document within the estimated budget and given time. Okay. Second objective is delivering the quality of work adhering to the specification. Whatever work you are giving, that quality is maintained as per the specification. Okay. Next one is you are providing safe and hygienic working conditions to all personnel and workers and to take care of their health. Okay. You have to uh, keep safety on your side. Okay. You have to keep health, hygienic working conditions on your side. So it is called as a project health and safety. Next one is taking care of environment sustainability and ecological balance. Okay, while doing project, you have to take care of environment sustainability and ecological balance. Okay, that will not be polluted or harmful for environment. That you have to take care. Next one is your ensuring proper progress to the project. Okay, proper progress you have to ensure is your project is progressing as per the schedule or not, that you have to check. Next, assuring coordination amongst the all project stakeholders. You have to assure a coordination between, there are different stakeholders in a one project. Okay, so you have to keep coordination between the all the stakeholders. They for example, material supplier is there. Okay, you have to keep a coordination with material supplier so that the material supplier is come on site at on a time, so your project will not be delayed. So there is coordination between all the different stakeholders. Next one is your ensuring high performance to earn profit. Right, you have to give high performance to earn the profit. Right, so this is also one important. These are the objectives are to be achieved by the project team by performing functions such as planning and scheduling, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. Okay, these objectives are only achieved you can only you can achieve only if you are doing project by taking the functions of management in consideration. Okay, in next lecture we will see what you mean by the functions of management. And with this, I will stop here. Thank you.